So today's class, working with the shoulders, and the shoulders, a lot of times the shoulders receive the sort of the buck stops here. So if you have some issues in your shoulders, you probably have some tightness in your chest muscles, but also the back muscle, that big latissimus dorsi. So we oftentimes, when we work the shoulders, we just open the front of the body. We don't work with the back body. And we have to work with both. We have to work with both. So movement patterns in the shoulders are really linked to the whole body. And we want these movement patterns to be linked with, in particular, the spine. So it's hard to move the arms in isolation and actually be very effective. We want to move the whole shoulder girdle as a unit. Shoulders also are not meant to be weight bearing. I don't know, on this call, very many of us are probably not overdoing the downward dog and chaturangas, but in our practices, especially as we get older, if we're doing a lot of sun salutations, the shoulders are going to take the brunt of that, and they are not designed for that. So we need to mix things up. So today's work is in the shoulder girdle. We'll start really with some really easy movements, and then add some other things to it. So if you're just checking in, you need a blanket, a folded blanket for your knees, and a block to sit on. And the other part of our practice that we introduced on Tuesday is just this idea of how, when we're trying to create spaciousness in our bodies, but how do we in general create spaciousness in our lives? We talked a little bit about being in a hurry, about wanting the next thing. So the invitation for you first, before we start moving, is to find either a seat that you can sit in for 3 minutes, or you could go to your back and lie down. Bring a mantra into your practice. My suggestion is the mantra, so hum. So on the inhale, hum on the exhale. And that simply means I am. That I am. And if you to explore that mantra a little bit more, it's really about being part of the universe, and what's more spacious than that. If the mantra doesn't work for you, perhaps an image of spaciousness that works for you. Or you could go to your back and lie in a shape that feels spacious for you. I will ring the bell. I'll watch the time, and you let everything go. I'll ring the bell when we've been with this for about 3 minutes, 2 or 3 minutes, and then meet me on your back. So here we go. Notice if you're in a hurry, you feel like you're missing something, because you're not. You're right here, right now, in the present moment, which is the most spacious moment. Could follow your breath. Just soften. Repeating your mantra, or bringing your attention to that place that feels spacious to you. Take your time as you lift your gaze and then meet me on the mat on your back. Now on your back, just take your feet nice and wide, take your arms nice and wide, as if you're making the letter X, and press through one heel, same arm reaches back. Press through the opposite heel, same arm. Just really take up a lot of space here. Feel what it feels like to be very spacious in your body. And then if you've been joining in for the last few weeks, invoke a yawn, which will allow you to stretch from the inside out. Maybe it feels like you want to bend your knees for that stretch. Just do what kind of organically comes up for you as you take a couple more yawns. And then bend your knees, take the soles of your feet to the floor, arms alongside your body. And then inhale, press into your feet, lift your hips, sweep your arms back behind you. And exhale, lower everything back down. So just a few cascading bridge shapes as you feel into your spine, pelvis. You don't have to lift very high. We're just doing a little scan here with some big arm movement. And then you might come to resting arms along your side. Let your knees move back and forth, just moving in your pelvis. So everything connected, the pelvis, of course, connected to the spine, and what's happening in the pelvis is happening in the spine and probably happening in the shoulders, all connected. But we'll mostly isolate the movement in the shoulder girdle today. Right, then from here you can roll to one side and press yourself up to a seat. And take a block between your ankles and sit in Virasana if that works for you and your body. If not, you could be sitting on a chair even for this, or your couch. And then just as you inhale, sweep your arms up, and at the end of the sweep, your palms are facing in. And then on your exhale, just palms out as you float the arms down. And just inhale, sweep the arms up, and exhale, float the arms down. So take, 6 to 12 of those. Just a nice big sweeping motion. How is the mobility in your shoulder girdle this morning or this evening or whenever you're joining? And the next time your arms are down at your sides, rest there. Roll your shoulders up, down, and back. Get a little wiggle in there. And then take your fingers and curl your fingers in so just your thumbs are pointing out. Thumbs are pointed straight ahead. Okay. And on your next inhale, just open up and slightly lift the arms, not as far as shoulder height, but thumbs pointing back. So like you're hitchhiking. And then exhale, release arms down to your sides. And then repeat that a few times at that level. Inhale, you open. You should feel some space and opening across your collarbone. And the next time we'll come a little bit higher. You could close your eyes and feel what's happening in your shoulder blades as you open up the arms. The shoulder blades are going to tuck in and down. Okay. We're going to use this action with the hands a lot today, but now you can go ahead and let it go. And now inhale, sweep the arms back up, make a Y with your arms. And then exhale, release back down. Inhale to the Y. Exhale, float the arms down. One more time, the Y. And float the arms down. And now inhale, sweep all the way up again. And exhale, slowly lower. Good. Now, just to be just some curiosity here and a little bit of finding those spots in the body. Take one hand and take your upper arm with that hand. So you're kind of holding it, and then make the hitchhiker thumb again. You can hold your arm out in front and then just rotate at the forearm. So you're holding your upper arm still. You're squeezing it hard enough so that it's not moving. And the rotation is just happening in your forearm. Then release, thumb points in towards your body. Put your fingertips at the top of your upper arm. And now feel, as you do that same thing, how your arm is moving from where your upper arm articulates with the shoulder blade, clavicle, right there. You feel that action there. Then release your hand. And now as you open your thumb out, draw your shoulder blade into the action and the latissimus dorsi. So as you open, feel your shoulder blade move in and down. And maybe you can even take the opposite hand. I'll turn my back to you. Take your back of your opposite hand and feel that muscle engaging, the latissimus dorsi engaging as you use your whole shoulder girdle here to make that movement. Okay, great. Let's try the other side. So just isolate first the forearm. Feel that movement just in your forearm from the elbow down. Then fingertips to the head of your humerus. Feel the action there. As you externally rotate, thumb goes out, external rotation, internal rotation, and then get your whole shoulder involved. Open up. You should feel some opening here, a little stretch in the pectorals as well. Great. Then come back to center, shake everything out, and bring your elbows and your hands together. Inhale, open the arms up like you're surprised. Oh my gosh. And you're going to feel some stretch across the chest. Elbows come back. And then exhale, bring elbows and hands together best you can. Inhale, cactus arms, open up, fingers are wide. Exhale, elbows and hands come back together. Now, as you continue to do this, as you open up on the inhale, can you bring your hands behind your elbows so that the plane of if you're in cactus, then kind of bring the elbows forward and the hands back. See if that happens in your body. Exhale, bring together. Inhale. Hands back, elbows forward. Exhale. Now you should feel that your whole spine is involved in this movement, right? It's shoulder blades. As I inhale, my shoulder blades are retracting, coming together, in and down. And as I exhale and bring everything in front of my body again, My shoulder blades move away from one another. You probably feel this in your low back as you inhale and exhale, almost like a little cat-cow. Good. And last one. Release your hands, roll your shoulders, shake them out, do a little fascial release by kind of shaking there, and we'll meet on our knees with your padding. So on your knees, just standing up on your knees. Okay. Tops of the feet are down on the floor. Make sure your feet are right behind your knees, so you don't have knees, feet in or feet out, anything happening weird in the hips. And then inhale, sweep your arms up, palms face one another. And then as you exhale, drop your hips back, hinge at the waist, and place your hands on your sacrum, palms up. You don't have to come all the way down, forehead to the floor. You can if you want. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, hinge back, hips back, hands on top of the sacrum, palms up. So your arms going through this full range of motion as you sweep the arms back and then sweep the arms up, going from internal to external rotation. Good, do a few more. Good, and then the next time you come down, resting hands on sacrum, you can then reach your hands in front of your body, stretch your fingertips, and then inhale up to cow. Exhale, pressing round into cat. And inhale, do a few rounds of cat-cow, just again, articulation through the spine, through the whole spine, pelvis up to cervical spine. Maybe just even imagining too, as you do this, you can imagine the spaciousness of your spine. Good, then the next time you come into cow, spread your collarbones wide, pull your chest forward. Pelvis is in anterior rotation, pelvis is tilted forward, then turn the toes under and press your hips up and back, downward facing dog. You can move your blanket off to the side. And bend through the knees a couple times, just back and forth. Any tension out of the knees. And feet as wide as your mat. Let your hips sway back and forth. Definitely want to make sure we feel pretty good in the hips as well. Right? And then we're going to just rock forward, sort of a modified plank. So my butt's up pretty high in the air, and then I'll hinge back. So just a little hinging at the shoulder joint and the hips. Just a few times. Okay, so a lot of times in our classes, we try to build a lot of strength in the shoulders through lots of downward dog and plank. But the shoulder is really susceptible to repetitive motion. Next time you're back in the downward dog, walk your feet towards your hands, bending through your knees and pressing up to standing. Reach up with the arms, and then exhale, hands through heart center and down to your sides, Tadasana. So if you have got some shoulder injury, you probably really want to minimize your plank and downward dog repetitions. Okay, we're going to come into Vira 1. So let's take the right foot forward, left foot back. Okay, and then arms down to the sides and pull your fingers in again. Make the hitchhiker thumbs. Thumbs are pointed forward. Thumbs are pointed forward. On the inhale, we'll bend through the front knee and draw the arms back like we're hitchhiking. Thumbs come back. So now the arms are in external rotation. And on the inhale, straighten the front leg, arms back to your sides, thumbs are pointing forward. Inhale. Come, bend the front knee, bring the arms out to the side, come back in the exhale. So moving back and forth here, make sure you don't have to bend very deeply. Just make sure your front knee is stacked over your ankle and not in front of the ankle as you bend. And then the next time, we'll come a little higher with the arms. Yep. Inhale. So now the arms are about shoulder height. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And then the next time we'll come a little bit higher, maybe just above shoulder height. Exhale. Still have the fingers tucked in, the thumbs point back on the inhale. And on the exhale, we bring the arms back down to the side, straighten the front leg. This next time you inhale, stay there. Arms a little bit higher than shoulder, if that's possible. If not, they could drop down a little bit. But now the thumbs are pointing back. So on your next inhale, really lift your upper chest and turn your thumbs back. And then on the exhale, relax and let the thumbs come forward. Inhale, open. So the arms stay wide and the front knee stays bent. And we're just vinyasa the whole shoulder girdle here. As we inhale, bring thumbs back. Exhale, release thumbs forward. Inhale, as you pull the thumbs back, open up through your chest. And then release your tension or your work. Good. Next time the thumbs are pointed back, reach the arms up overhead, palms face one another, release the thumbs. So palms face one another. Yeah, good. And then inhale as you step forward, arms down to your sides, Tadasana. Good. A little bounce, a little shake, little movement of the legs, whatever you need to relax here. And then we'll come to the other side. So left foot forward, right foot back. So feet are not in line. They're separated. Okay. Front leg is straight, arms down to your sides. Curl your fingers in, thumbs forward. Inhale, bend through the front knee, open up. Arms come back like you're going to hitchhike somewhere. This side of the road and this side of the road. Exhale, release down. Good. So as you vinyasa, start low with the arms first. And you know, the position of your arm, the height of your arms is probably going to be dependent on how much space you do have in the shoulders. Right? So then we go a little bit higher the next time. Back leg is strong, front leg bends on the inhale, straighten on the exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. A little bit higher. Shoulder height or a little bit higher now in this last 3 or 4. And then we're going to hold. Front knee stays bent. Make sure your back heel is down and firm. Great. And the inhale, we externally rotate, point the thumbs back. And on the exhale, we release thumbs forward, kind of rest. Inhale, point the thumbs back, open up a little bit more through the chest. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. This next inhale, hold it. Thumbs are pointed back. Then release the fingers. Bring hands up over your head, biceps by ears as much as possible. And the palms facing each other. If you're a little forward of your head, that's fine. That's just an indication of what kind of space you have in your shoulders. And as you exhale, rock your weight forward, step forward, arms down to your sides, shake out your legs, hop it, shake it, dance it out a little bit. And then we'll take a wide stance. Bring the arms out to T. Again, hitchhiker thumbs are up, fingers tucked in. Inhale here, exhale, bring your left hand down to your thigh, left thigh, you can open your hand, and bring your right arm up, straight up in the air. Inhale here, exhale, reach into a side bend, so your top arm is reaching over towards the left. Yeah, and your thumb is pointing back. Good, thumb is pointing back behind you. Your gaze can be down or straight ahead. On your next exhale, reach your top arm away, point your thumb up and back. So you're opening up space here in the front of the right chest cavity. Exhale, inhale, back over the ear. Exhale, reach the arm away, thumb points back and up. Inhale. Exhale. Now, you could add head movement if you want. So on the inhale, as you sweep your arm over your ear, you could turn your gaze towards your bicep. And then on your exhale, as you draw your arm away, you could turn and look down at your left foot. If that doesn't work in your neck, just keep looking straight ahead. Inhale. Gaze to the bicep or right in front of you. And then exhale, sweep the arm back and away and look over at the left foot. Inhale. And exhale. Hopefully you can really feel what's happening with the shoulder in this vinyasa. One more. Exhale, reach the arm away, point the thumb back, and then release. Come on up. Maybe bring the feet a little closer together and shake through your hips. Shake out your arms, and then we'll go wide again and take the other side. So thumbs are out, fingers are tucked in, thumbs are up in the air. Inhale here. Exhale, ground. Inhale, reach the left arm up, right hand rests on the right side of your thigh. Reach up. Inhale, come across your midline into a side bend. So left bicep towards left ear. And then exhale, reach the left hand away, turn the thumb back, sort of back and up. Really a lot of external rotation in the arm. Inhale, sweep the arm by your ear again, and then exhale, reach the arm away, thumb back and up. And you can keep your head just neutral, or on the next inhale, you could take your gaze towards your bicep. Exhale, reach the arm back and away and turn your gaze towards your right foot. So only if that feels okay in your neck do you want to work with the head. Otherwise, just work the arm. Inhale, bring the arm over, side bend, reaching, the thumb is back, pointing back, and then on your exhale, you reach the arm away, thumb points back and up. Let's do one more. And then you can release that arm, step or jump your feet, shake out your shoulders, roll shoulders up, down, and back, and come to downward facing dog. From your downward dog, look at your hands, make sure your hands are spread nice and wide. Now find that external rotation as if you were going to take your hands into the hitchhiker hands. Roll your triceps down towards the floor. Bend through your elbows slightly, draw your elbows towards one another. So you're hovering elbows right above the floor. Very good. And then drop to your knees. Sit back, bring your right foot forward, and your left foot is back. Now, choices here. You can do all of this on with the back knee down, or you can turn the back toes under and come into crescent lunge. Okay, so inhale, bring the arms forward, and then exhale, spread your fingers wide, cactus your arms, bring your elbows back and down. Inhale, reach the arms forward. Exhale, cactus arms, squeeze shoulder blades together, bring the elbows back. Inhale, reach forward. Exhale, you could be doing this on your knee if you want. Exhale, bring the arms back, cactus arms, inhale forward. Exhale, back. Next time your elbows are pulled back in the cactus arms, we're gonna step the back foot forward. If you have the back leg lifted, step the back foot forward and fold into pyramid. Now you could have some blocks for your fold, or you could be on your back knee. Okay, so in the pyramid now, release your head and neck. Okay, now most of you probably have your hands framing your front foot. So turn your arms so that your fingers, you're gonna bring your hands behind that front foot. Fingers are pointing back, elbows are pointing back. And your elbows are tucked in pretty close. Fingers are pointing back towards the back space. Elbows are in. You should feel a great spreading across your upper back. If that can't happen in your body, just you could take your hands to your front ankle. And again, back knee could be down. Back knee can be down or up. Okay. But fingertips are pointing back. Elbows are pointing back. The crease of your elbows is pointing forward. Great. Then turn the hands back so the fingers are facing forward. Come back into either lunge with the knee on the floor or the leg lifted. Inhale, sweep your arms up. And exhale, twist towards the knee that's bent, the front leg. So we call this a closed twist. Again, back leg can be down or up. Inhale back, arms come back up overhead, palms facing one another, and then hinge forward, rock forward, stand into Tadasana. If you're on your knees, you could just stand on your knees. That's fine too. With your head to back, foot down. Good. Then inhale, sweep arms up. Exhale, fold through center. Place hands to the floor. Step back to downward facing dog. Inhale, come down to your knees. Cow. Exhale, round, drop your hips back towards child's pose. Keep the arms right out in front, straight. Tense your hands, so get on your finger pads. Inhale, come back to cow. Palms come down to the floor. And then inhale, just come up to standing on your knees and switch left foot forward down. Left foot forward. Back leg can be down, or the back knee can be lifted in crescent lunge. Okay, either way. Inhale, sweep arms forward. Exhale, open your hands, palms face forward, and you draw your elbows back into cactus arms, back and down. So you really feel the retraction of your shoulder blades. Inhale, reach forward. Exhale, squeeze the shoulder blades together and draw the elbows back. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Very good. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Then the next time we're in that exhale, we'll step forward slightly, drop your hands down around the front foot to blocks or either side of your foot in pyramid pose. Feet are offset slightly. Your back knee could be down and your front leg straightening. Okay, or you could be standing in the pyramid. Now, from here, you bring your fingers, you turn your palms down to the floor and bring your fingertips to face towards the back space of your mat. Elbows sort of in towards one another as much as possible. Okay, this can be done standing or on your knees. Let your head go, let your head be and neck be relaxed. If that doesn't quite work in your body, it's a big external rotation again. You'll feel the spread across your mid back. You could just take your ankle with your hands. But if you got this, let's hold it for 2 more full breaths. And release your hands back, fingers facing forward, step your foot back. If you're standing, come back up to the crescent lunge. If you're on your knees, just inhale here. We're gonna twist toward the bent knee, the bent leg, a closed twist. Reaching hands in both directions. Good. Then inhale, sweep arms back up, palms face one another, and exhale as you step forward into Tadasana. Now in your Tadasana here, interlace your hands at your sacrum and deep bend in the knees as you fold forward and pull the arms off your back slightly. So this is more of an internal rotation. Then as you release your hands down to the floor, you'll set your knees down on the floor and do a couple more cat-cows. Couple cat-cows. Great, and then we'll come all the way down to our belly. Make a little pillow with your hands. Rest your forehead on your hands. Stretch through your legs. Now, whatever hand you have on top, you're going to work that elbow. Okay, so resting your forehead on your hands, whatever hand is on top, inhale, just lift that elbow up and exhale that elbow down. And repeat a few times. Just the one elbow, whatever hand is on top. Great, then switch. Bring the other hand on top, rest your forehead there. Inhale just that elbow, noticing the difference, likely a difference. Great, then release your hands, let your forehead rest on the floor. Hands are just resting right alongside your body. Really anchor your pubic bone into the floor. Draw your tailbone down towards the where your feet are. Draw your tailbone down, okay? And when I do that, my navel lifts away from the floor. That's my anchor that I want. I want that anchor, and then I'm going to inhale, lift my head and shoulders, and lift my arms in cactus arms. And then exhale, lower back down. It's a lot of work. Yes, it's a lot of work. So when you lower back down, take a breath or so, and then re-anchor. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Okay, one more, three more, you decide. Take it easy. Don't change things in a day, all right? And then once you come back down, make that little pillow again. Rest your forehead here. Bend through your knees and let your feet just gently move back and forth, releasing any tension in your low back. Okay, got a couple more here. So now bring your forehead to the floor and bring your hands down to your sides. Palms are up. Make the hitchhiker hands again. So squeeze your fingers in, thumb is released. Anchor through your pubic bone. And then on your inhale, you'll lift head, shoulders, arms, thumbs go back, legs. On your exhale, you'll bring everything back down to the floor. So the backs of your hands resting on the floor, thumbs are into your body in the resting position. And then on your inhale, lift the legs, head, shoulders, turn the thumbs out and reach them back, the hitchhiker arms, and then back down. Again, anchor each time, really anchor each time. And then inhale to lift and exhale to lower. Be wise here in the number of repetitions you take. Okay. And when you feel like you've had enough, come over to your back. Bring your knees into your chest. And then exhale. Press your knees away, or the opposite orientation with the breath, it doesn't matter, but just moving the knees away and then back into your chest with your breath. A little lift away from the floor with your low back and then pressing low back into the floor. Good. And a few more times here. Great. Then with your arms alongside your body, knees in towards your chest. Knees in towards your chest. Tucked in, you're in a little tuck and your arms alongside your body. Inhale, take your legs straight up towards the ceiling and your arms behind you. Backs of your hands touch the floor behind you. Exhale. Bring your knees back into your chest and your arms alongside your body. Inhale. Knees, legs come straight, soles of the feet reaching towards the ceiling, arms behind you, back of your hands on the floor, and then knees in, arms alongside your body. Okay, repeat that a few times. The next time your knees are tucked in, again, give yourself a little bit of a squeeze and then set the soles of your feet down onto the floor. Great. Now, with arms alongside your body, fingertips pointing up to the ceiling. We call this sometimes the monster arms or the robot arms. inhale and slightly tilt the pelvis forward, press into your feet, lift your hips. Now you're in that bridge shape again. You could stay right here. This is a great practice in and of itself. Or we can work now with the arms a little bit more by tucking one shoulder blade underneath, then shifting and tucking the other, so that you really feel like you're completely resting on the shoulder blades and your hands will kind of wing out to the side. If that feels okay, take your arms down to the floor, palms to the floor, pressing up into your bridge, or interlacing your fingers, and you might have to tuck again, one shoulder then the other. Now your arms are in real big external rotation. Release the pinkies, press the pinkies side of your hand into the floor and lift. And we'll hold here wherever you are for 3, 2, 1. If you're in the bridge with your arms all the way tucked underneath, hands interlaced, slowly release your arms up towards the ceiling. Roll down one vertebra at a time, really slowly here. Yourself a little massage. And then when you release your arms down to your sides, just close your eyes for a second. Feel the pulsation, vibration, sensation in your arms and your hands. Yeah, so now you could take another round of that. Any one of those variations, either arms pointing up towards the ceiling. If you can get this to happen, see if you can scooch your shoulder blades underneath a little bit more. Chin is tucked in towards your chest. So even though we're opening here, we're opening the clavicle area, we're opening the pectoral, we're stretching in the pec, and we're strengthening the latissimus dorsi. Okay, and you could stay right here, or you could interlace hands underneath your back. So wherever you are, for 3, 2, 1, we'll roll down, really massaging through the whole spine until we get to resting on the floor. Then release the arms again, just out to the side. Let your knees move back and forth, soles of the feet on the floor, just gently, back and forth. Yeah, good. Then we're gonna pick up the feet and stack the knees over our hips, chest area. Arms are in a goalpost position out to the sides, and just allow your knees to float towards the right, but not come all the way to the floor. You engage your core, and then back up to center. Let them float over towards the left, but not just flop down to the floor. Keep engaged. Move back and forth a few times. The amount of side-to-side movement is not important. It's really more just you keeping that engagement in your core, okay, as you kind of float back and forth. Great. Now, arms are out into a T, and now you're going to take your knees to the left, all the way to the floor. Let gravity have its way with you. And if you can keep your knees stacked and still keep your upper body, your upper back rather, on the floor, on the right side. So if you're up off the floor, then you need to slide your knees back so that they're not stacked, but the right knee is a little bit closer to your body than your left knee. Or take your knees a little bit at a little bit bigger angle, not quite out perpendicular to your body. So my upper body, my upper back rather, is touching the floor. Right side, left side. All right. And it might help to scoop your belly button up towards the ceiling. Left hand comes to the outer right leg. Kind of keeping my legs in place there. And then I'm gonna inhale my arm, my right arm, back behind me, the back of my hand on the floor. So my right arm is stretched out, back of the right arm on the floor. And then I'm gonna sweep my arm all the way down to the side of my body and turn my palm down at the end. Then I'm going to open my palm and sweep my arm all the way back up. Be really kind here. If this is not really working for you, you don't have to do it. And then sweep your arm all the way back, turn your palm down at the end. And if it feels pretty easeful for you, close your eyes and really get in your mind's eye what's happening in your shoulder blade. So as you sweep your arm back to your side, the palm comes down, and then sweep all the way up. When your arm is behind you, the back of your hand is to the floor and your palm is up. Cool. Okay, one more. There. Now, next time your arm is down alongside your body or thereabouts, lift the top leg up. You can even have your hand there to help. Come back into center with both knees and do a couple of pelvic tilts. Either holding onto your knees the whole time or pulling knees in, pressing knees away. Just get back to neutral with your pelvis, lower back. And then we drop the knees to the left. Oh, right, sorry. Drop knees to the right. Same thing. And this side might feel quite a bit different. So maybe you can stack the knees, maybe you can't. I can't stack my knees and keep my upper back on the floor. So I'm not even going to try. And so I scoop my belly. I kind of scoop my belly over to the left. Right? Knees are to the right now. So now it's the left arm we're working. Right hand on the top of the left leg to kind of keep that twist going. And then as we sweep the arm back behind, reaching out behind us, the palm is up. And then I sweep this big sweeping motion until I get down towards my hip and I turn my palm down. And then I sweep. And sweep back. Now, I didn't do this on the other side. I should have said this, but you could also have your head follow. So as I sweep my arm behind me, I turn my gaze towards my bicep. And then as I bring my arm back down beside me, I can turn back up towards the ceiling or look away. And I can also go in the opposite direction. So as I sweep my arm up behind me, I can turn my gaze away. Then I sweep my arm back down beside me, turn my palm down, I'm looking up at the ceiling. And maybe that just occurred organically for you, sort of naturally. Felt good to move in one direction or the other. Let's take a couple more. Next time your arm is alongside your body, palm down, lift the top leg. You can take your hand and just help it lift up. Then both knees, reorient your pelvis. Do a couple of pelvic tilts here, either with feet on the floor or the knees hovering. need anything else before you settle, take that for yourself. Might feel nice, just a little apanasana where you have the knees in, holding onto your ankles or your outsides of your feet. This is essentially child's pose on our back, right? And then let yourself transition into Shavasana. Legs straight, legs bent, knees resting together. Let your arms be heavy. So in the traditional Shavasana, we have the palms up. You don't have to do that, but it certainly allows us to receive. It's a sort of a gesture of spaciousness, I find. And you might feel for the pulsation, sensation, vibration in your palms as you rest in Shavasana. Legs are heavy. Arms are heavy. Nowhere to go, nowhere to be. Just here. You could come back to the mantra. So on the inhale, hum on the exhale. I am that. I am that. And I'm going to chant 3 ohms. You can hum along, but the invitation is to just really feel the vibration, creating space in through your whole being. And then after the ohming, excuse me, I'll ring the bell to come back up to a seat. Namaste, the light that lives in me honors the light that lives in you. That is the most spacious oneness that we all share. Thank you for being here today.